We all have them. We all have those models, those armies that we buy in good faith. We buy with every intent on painting them up and running them, on the table, somewhat exclusively sometimes, but just, buying armies, getting them painted, and basking in the glory of all the Middle-earth models and armies that we possibly can do. But that's not necessarily how this always works now, is it, fellow hobbyists? I speak from experience myself, and I know I'm not the only one out there. When I say we have models we all regret buying. Now, regret is such a broad term for it, and regret is such a targeted term for it. Inherently, do we regret buying any models? They are a instant dopamine boost. They make brain happy, click, buy, happy brain. We all enjoy buying toys, but do we need to be buying all these toys? And what toys have I bought over my time that I regret buying? Well, here are but a few. I have got 3 if not 4 boxes of Black Dragon Warriors, the Easterling faction. Now, I bought these when I was attempting to do my Host of the Dragon Emperor army. Originally it started out being nice and balanced, nice and uniform, an actual decent list. Dragon Emperor, Black Dragon Warriors, a couple of War Drakes, some Cataphract, like an all-round Easterling list. And then in typical Mithril fashion, 34 War Drakes happened. I get an idea in my head and I've got to go with that idea. I've got to run with it. I am apparently that guy now who takes one of one particular unit and spams it. Yes, I then decided to outfit my list with 34 War Drakes of Rune ready for a Throne of Skulls, and as a result of which, those 18 Black Dragon Warriors have been sitting in boxes in the studio, gathering dust, more and more dust every single day. Very unlikely now to see any kind of work done on them, because as far as I'm concerned, I've done a Host of the Dragon Emperor army. It's sitting there in all its scaly glory. Teeth, claws and scales. So, do I regret spending nearly £150 on 3 boxes of Dragon Emperor Warriors? Black Dragon Warriors? I absolutely do, because they're probably not ever getting done. This next one I don't so much regret. I regret how much it's cost to do. I'm very excited to run my Iron Hills at 1,000 points for the next Throne of Skulls, whenever that is, if it's a community-based one or not. The next chance I get to run 1,000 points at an event, I'm going to be running my Iron Hills, and we're doing the goat charge from the Battle of the Five Armies, where Dane sits atop that hill, the Twirly-Whirlies go flying past, and all the goats run down, charging into the Elven lines. So I have 33 Iron Hills goats in my cabinet. Again, I don't regret buying the army, I just regret how much that's cost. Loosely doing the maths, if it costs £60 for 3, and I've got 33 of them, I'll let you do that maths, plus Dane on top, plus dismounts. Let's just say bread and cheese that month, unfortunately. But it will look really cool when it's done. I fell into the trap massively of doing with the new edition getting, or not new edition, but the new starter set getting announced, the War of the Rohirrim stuff, and I got proper caught up in the hobby hype. I wanted to get all the toys, get all the stuff going, and do massive Edoras battle, all the Wildmen, all the Rohirrim. So I bought 2 boxes of the starter sets. Would you like to have a get? So that for those who don't know, that amounts to, 48 Warriors of Rohan plus 48 Dunlendings, 2 lots of each of the heroes, and then I got another box of Warriors of Rohan for Christmas or my birthday that year, because I put them on there without anticipating the fact that I was going to buy 2 boxes of the starter set. Would you like to know how many of those 72 Rohan Warriors and how many of those 48 Dunlendings are actually painted? Well, I'm not going to tell you. You can put your responses in the comments, because I'm not going to out myself like that on camera. Let's just say some of the Dunlendings have been repurposed for a display board. But yeah, buying 2 boxes of that starter set, completely unnecessary. Like, that's 70, 80 quid I did not need to spend on another box of models that I just sat in a box. Yeah, I'm not ashamed of myself, but I'm disappointed in myself for really getting caught up with that. So, but with new Rise of Rohan coming, maybe I have a need for 72 dismounts now. Who knows? Oh, a big one that I regret. And again, I didn't regret it at the time, but I regret it more because the game's gone the way it's gone. And Legacy's now become a thing. I have got an army of Candice chariots, which I was so excited to do. I think I've got like 15, 18 chariots. And I really wanted to get these done and run them at an event and have an entire chariot army. And then Legacy happened, and then they became like they don't exist anymore. And I was so sad to have all these chariots and not really have an opportunity to run them. I don't pretend to know if independent events let Legacy happen. I hope they do, because I know Jed in particular is very sad about his camels, his chariots, his blackguard, his dwarves. Like 90% of his army's got completely nerfed because of Legacy. But yeah, I regret sinking quite so much into all these chariots without any real opportunity to run them. But again, I haven't done independence yet, hoping to do a load this year. So who knows? If Legacy is a thing that they allow, then they might see that light of day. But at the moment, they very much sit in the pile of shame below the normal pile of shame. I massively regret buying the Plastic Fellowship. It's just a terrible box. Those models are awful. The saving grace is that Sam's got sausages on his back. Like, that's the only real redeeming feature about that box. I bought them because Battlefield Basics. And originally I was trying to see if I could, Jeb said he had like 4 or 5 sprues of them from when they did the old Mines of Moria set, / had them in the old Games Workshop shops where you could go in and like, you get a Fellowship sprue to play with and paint and learn how to paint. So he's got like 4 or 5 of those, but can't find them for love nor money. So I then had to go and spend 35 odd quid on this box of models that I just do not enjoy painting. And my original intention was to get the Metal Fellowship when it came out for Made to Order and do that as Battlefield Basics. But then, like, the cognitive part of my brain kicked in. I'm just like, well, hang on, no, everyone can't get hold of those models. Not everyone has access to those models. If you're going to do a Basics, then you may as well do it with the models everyone can get hold of. There was something in it for me of like, I don't want to have to spend £50 on a made-to-order Metal Fellowship and not give them the painting that they deserve, because they're stunning models. They are such beautiful models. To not give them the time and the effort they deserve, like, for the sake of a tutorial, I wasn't necessarily prepared to do that. So I did have to yield and actually buy a Plastic Fellowship box, which is something I never thought I'd do. So yeah, that's what I regret doing. And once it's painted, it will be eBayed. So watch this space. Plus I have like 5 Fellowships. I don't need another one. I'm not sure I regret buying an awful lot else. I'll tell you one I do regret. And this one's a big one. And actually quite poignant that it comes at the end of the video. Cast your minds back to... I don't know when he was released. Cast your minds back to November 2014. 12 years ago. That is sickening. And the pre-ordering of a certain miniature, a certain Titanic miniature who we all wanted to have in the game since seeing the Hobbit trilogy or duology at that point. I can't remember, my times was a bit squiffy. And I'm driving up to Games Workshop in Woking. My friend who worked there at the time was on the phone. You need to get up here. He's going for pre-order in a minute. I am talking about Smaug the Magnificent. A truly, truly stunning model. And I was lucky to get him cheap. Around about the 275, 295 mark when he first came out. But this Titanic, gorgeous chunk of resin. A beautiful, beautiful model. Which, of course, I pre-ordered and I bought. And I've had in my possession for 12 years. He has been assembled for 12 years. He has been painted for no years. He has moved house with me 4, if not 5 times. He is showing his age. There are wing spines that are broken. There are details on there that are wearing down. And I have not brought myself the courage and the motivation to actually get some paint on this model, to the point that when the channel first started, Jeb got me to do if we can get to 1,500 subscribers, I'll paint Smaug to try and get some motivation behind it, thinking I'd never get to 1,500 subscribers, and here I am now at 8,500, and Smaug still sits unpainted. Maybe one day, I don't know, but when it comes to regret, that is a significant amount of money put behind one model which has not seen the light of day and just sits in a shed. That's one that I do regret, because I wouldn't ever run him either. I don't want to run Smaug as a model, as a list, particularly now with the way the game works and warbands and army lists. I don't want to just run Smaug. That's not the way I want to play the game. There's no enjoyment there for me in that. So, yeah, Smaug unfortunately sits towards the top of that particular pile of shame. I'm happy to have a piece of Middle-earth history like that. But knowing what I know now, having, bought it that long ago with every intention of getting it built and painted and being where I am now, 12 years down the line. Why'd you do it, little Tom? Why'd you do it, past Tom? Smaug and magnificent. There you are. There are some of the models that Mithril has regretted buying in the past. I'm sure there are others, and I will do a part 2 of this at some point in the future. But I thought it'd be a fun little way of kind of showing you that we're all human. We all fall to the lure of buying new toys. Whether we should, well, that is for you to decide. Well, actually, that's for you, your partners, and maybe your credit line to decide. But we all do it. And we wouldn't be the avid hobbyists we are now without that lust for more plastic crack. Or metal crack, or resin crack, depending on your poison. But I will see you soon in the next video. Thanks for watching, and as always, take care, and happy hobbying. Bye bye, guys.